But in the end, oh, by the way, we're not going to have a post-game show tonight and not bring up Tyrese Haliburton. Well, listen, the numbers say 17. When the game counted, the man had 5. He was a complete non-factor and no-show for the first 40 minutes of this game.
He had 12 in
The man had 5. He was a complete non-factor and no-show for the first 40 minutes of this game.
All right, y'all. Stephen A. Smith just said it. Tyrese Haliburton was a complete no-show for the first 40 minutes of this game. 5 points through the first 3 quarters, fam. 5? That's not what superstars do. I'm sorry. And let's be real. Haliburton, he's not even close to that level right now. Right? And before you start with the excuses, let me stop you right there. This is the NBA Finals. Excuses don't win championships. Performances do. That's why I was hesitant, very hesitant, to call Haliburton a superstar. You know what? In the casino, they got this saying, right? Nothing sweeter than a repeater. Yo, Indiana Pacers, this ain't the freaking casino, fam. You really thought you was gonna create magic like game 1? You really thought you could get down 20 again to a team who hasn't lost 2 in a row all year? And you was gonna do a repeat of game 1? Silly rabbit tricks are for kids, fam. Alright, let's break this down, man. The Indiana Pacers needed their so-called franchise player to step up in game 2. And what did he do? He vanished. Or say, SGA, he was out here looking like the second coming, man. Haliburton, he was out here looking like he forgot how to play ball. Look at the numbers. 17 points for the entire game. Hey, but let's be honest. 5 was from the first 3 quarters. That other 12, what was that? And what about the turnovers? 5 giveaways in the finals game, fam. That's not bad. That's not just bad. That's unacceptable. From your point guard, your man, right? His team leader in the league. And instead, he led by giving OKC free possessions. Like I said, he scored 12 points in the 4th quarter. Let's be honest, right? That's what they were garbage time points. The game was already out of reach. Great players. They understand the task, the mission at hand, and they not gonna be passive. You understand? They not gonna be passive. They impose their will from the start. They don't wait till the game is practically over to pad their stats, right? And we seen the top players, the top 5 NBA we've seen players that people think are the GOAT do that and have that same behavior, right? Pacers fans, y'all are in trouble. This was your shot to impose your will on OKC. Let them feel the ultimate pressure, because pressure, it busts pipes. And I've seen OKC fold when things get tight. What do you think is gonna happen in game 3? Huh? Now that they got their bearing? The same outcome. Is this the guy, Haliburton, that you're pinning your championship hopes on? Because if he continues to play like this, I hate to break it to you, the Pacers, you're not winning anything, anytime. So, here's the thing. Here's the big difference between a good player and being a superstar. Good players can have great games. Facts. Superstars, they dominate consistently, especially when the stakes are the highest. Haliburton, it's not dominating. Compare him to SGA. SGA dropped 34 points, shot 50% from the field, dished out 8 assists, and had 4 steals. That's what superstars do. They take over the game on both ends of the floor. Meanwhile, Haliburton is out here averaging 15.5 points per game in the finals. You know who did that? Scottie Pippen, I think. Yo, like 15. Are we not? And we supposed to call him a superstar? We playing like a glorified role player. So y'all need to stop. We need to stop. Like, y'all need to stop. You know what makes it worse? Haliburton is not just failing to score. He's failing to make his teammates better. Shai had 8 assists, meaning he was creating opportunities for everybody around him. Haliburton not supposed to be his superpower, but he's playing like a one-man show that nobody paid to see. The Pacers' offense is stagnant, predictable, and frankly is boring. When Haliburton was running the show, that's not superstar material. And let's talk about leadership. Where was it? The Pacers looked lost for most of the game, and Haliburton didn't do anything to rally his team. Compared to Shai, who not only scored at will, but inspired his teammates to step up. You saw what Shaq was doing. You saw what Williams was doing. Wiggins, like, come on, man. Look at OKC's ball movement. They had more assists in the first half than they did in all of game 1. That's what leadership looks like. It's not just about putting up numbers or having a clutch shot, right? It's about elevating players around you. Tyrese Haliburton, he's playing like he's in a pit, like this was a pickup game at the YMCA. No urgency, no intensity, no leadership. And that's not, forget the body language. Did you see it? He looked defeated, shoulders slumped, head down. It's like he gave up before the game was even over. That kind of attitude is contagious, and it's a big reason why the Pacers couldn't keep up with OKC's energy. Now, I know y'all gonna say, it's just one game, give him a break. But is it? Because this isn't the first time Haliburton has underperformed in a big moment. Let's not forget, he wasn't exactly lighting it up in game 1 either. It's starting to look like a pattern. When the pressure is on, you know, sometimes he shows up, sometimes he doesn't. He's not the guy who's going to put the team on his back and carry them to victory from the beginning to the end. Right? And that's cool because of the way their team is formulated. Right? He doesn't have to be that. But let's stop pretending like he's something he's not. Stephen A. Smith called it. Haliburton is a good player, but he's not a superstar, y'all. And if the Pacers are gonna make this a series, they need to stop relying on him to be Superman. Because he's not that, right? But can they adjust? Or is this series over? I think it is. You know, but I could be wrong. Maybe Haliburton will bounce back in game 3, prove us all wrong, prove me wrong, or maybe this is just who he is. A good player, not a great one. In my last video, I told you game 2 would tell us what we need to know. However, what do you think? Is Haliburton overrated, or does he still have time to show us something special? Do you still feel confident that Pacers can win this series? Because personally, I felt OKC was going to blow them out every game. Right? Game 1 was like Twilight Zone shit. Facts. Fam, and need to hear your thoughts in the comments, because this wasn't just a much needed win. This was a statement by Shai, the league MVP. He showed us what a superstar looks like in game 1 and in game 2. You understand? On your way out, if you enjoyed the content, show us some love and tap that like, baby. And if you like your sports talk straight with no tracer, subscribe and become part of the family. Till the next video, keep it real with yourself first. Be safe and God bless.